Okay, our topic is Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Now, first of all, let's talk about this little word theorem. The word theorem is simply refers to a mathematical rule. So there is a particular rule here which may be useful to us. It's a geometry rule. Now, this rule, we refer to it as Pythagoras theorem. The first thing we need to know is that Pythagoras theorem only applies to right-angled triangles. So it's a rule that only applies to right-angled triangles. A right angle is an angle of 90 degrees. So if you encounter a triangle with 90 degrees, then Pythagoras theorem applies. If you come across a triangle without a 90-degree angle, then Pythagoras theorem does not apply. So a typical right-angled triangle, we have a little square in the corner. This little square shows you where the right angle is. So this is the 90-degree angle. Now, what we know about the right-angled triangles is that the side, this side, which is opposite the 90-degree, right? The one which is not in contact. This is in contact, that's in contact. The side which is not in contact with the 90-degree angle, the one which is opposite, is always the longest side. So this is the longest side. Now, the proper name for this side is the hypotenuse, but for the sake of this topic, we'll simply use a letter to denote this side. So we'll call this side A, and then the two shorter sides, we call them B and C. Now, it does not matter which one you call B and C, as long as A is the longer one. So what does Pythagoras theorem or Pythagoras rule state? Pythagoras theorem states that A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared. This simply means the longest side squared is equal to the two shorter sides squared and added together. Okay, the longest side squared is equal to the two shorter sides squared and added together. So let's see how we can make use of such a rule by looking at an example. Okay, so we have an example here of a simple triangle, a triangle PQR. So the corners or the vertices of this triangle are P, Q, and R, and there's our 90-degree. Let's say we're told that this side here is 5 centimeters, and that side there is 12 centimeters, right? And then you are asked to find PR. PR, that means the length of the longest side. So in this case, our longest side is PR. What do we know? The longest side squared is equal to the other two sides squared and added together. What are the other two sides? 5 and 12. Okay, so if we write that, this is what we get, right? PR squared is equal to 5 squared plus 12 squared, right? PR squared is equal to 25 plus 144. PR squared is equal to, if I add this up, 169. So PR squared is equal to 169. Now, what do we know? We're looking for PR, not PR squared, but PR. So we have to remove this squared, right? Now, how do we remove this squared, right? You can move it to the other side of the equal sign. When you move it to the other side of the equal sign, it does the opposite. And the opposite is square rooting. We can accomplish the same effect or same result by having square root on both sides. So we can say PR is equal to square root of 169. Now, square root of 169 is simply asking the question, what number multiplies itself to give you 69? So that should be 13, right? So we had 5 centimeters, 12 centimeters in the previous page. So our 13 should be 13 centimeters. Okay, so you're going to try questions from the first section, and then we'll go to the other part of Pythagoras theorem.